YouTube is Zoe here. I haven't done like a wrap-up video in ages. I don't know why, I just haven't done one. But I thought I would do all the books I've read recently. So the last two books that I have read, like literally just finished, was Merit by Daphne Perry and Live Arranged by Lauren Asher. I gave those both 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed those two books. Yeah, they're just like fun romances, and I love Daphne Perry's writing style. I do want to like reread all of Lauren Asher's books again because I do love them, and I've got the Fine Print series and the other books in the Billionaire series as well. I want to reread those, but I wanted to read the new ones. The next book I read was Summer Party. I read that from the library. It's like a thriller where like they go to this hotel and then one by one someone gets killed. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I feel like Kate Gray is kind of like a new go-to author. I read a book in August and I really enjoyed that one, so I feel like she's like a new author, so if she brings out a new book, I'll probably read it. The next book I read is Carnal Innocence by Nora Roberts. I gave that 3 stars out of 5. It's okay. I feel like with Nora Roberts, her books are like a hit or a miss for me. Like I tried to get into reading Mind Games and I didn't like that book, so I took it back to the library. The next book I read was Spare Room by Andrea Bartz. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I don't know why it took me forever to read this book on my Kindle, but I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. The next book is The Perfect Marriage by Javina Rose. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I really liked it. That's one of the books that I got for my birthday, and I'm so glad I got it for my birthday because I really enjoyed it. I was like, that was literally like out of all the books from that haul, that was like the first one I really wanted to read. And then I recently downloaded, I think she's recently done a new book. I can't remember what it's called, but I downloaded that recently and I was just like, yeah, I want to read more of her books. So yeah, the next book is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. I gave that 3.5 stars out of 5. It was alright. I just feel like it was like extremely long-winded for that book. I'm just glad I read it on my Kindle. The next book I read was Night's Bane. I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. I need to read the 3rd one in the Light Luck series, but that's on hold at the library. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that fantasy series. I haven't read fantasy properly in ages, so yeah. The next book is A Violent Heart by David Farrell. This is like a serial killer kind of meta book series. They have to like investigate, and there's a load of like really grotesque killings and stuff. Gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. This isn't as good as all the other ones. So yeah, but I'll still probably continue the series if there's like a new book in that series. The next book I read was A Happy Marriage by A.R. Toole. I gave that 2.75 stars out of 5. I thought I'd really like it, but I just felt like it was alright, but nothing exciting happening. So yeah. The next book I read was Wild Side by Elsie Silver. This is book 4. I don't know, it's either book 3 or 4 in the Rose Hill series, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the second one. I really liked the second one. But I'm glad I read it because I really like her books, and I think she's bringing out a new book series next year. I think the only ones I need to read from her is it Off the Races or something like that. I'm not sure. I need to read those books, and I've read everything that she's done. The next book I read was With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's because I've read Agatha Christie books before, and like this is set on a train. It kind of reminds me of Murder in Orient Express. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it. I feel like you just give it a try, and if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, the next book I read was The Other People's Houses by Claire McIntosh. I gave that 3.5 stars out of 5. I enjoyed it. It was alright. I don't think it's as good as the first book in that series. Can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, I've read so many books, I'm just like, I can't remember. Next book I read was Caught Up by Vanessa Allen. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. This is for a book club that I'm in. And I'm so glad I finally got to read it. And I got to read it on Kindle, so it meant I could read a bit quicker. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Yeah. It's like a dark romance series about like stalkers and things like that. The next book I read was Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It's the last book in the Rose Hill series, and it's sad that it's come to an end, but yay, I finished another series. The next book I read was The Safe Keep. It was alright. It's okay. It's like woman's fiction book. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. Yeah, it was alright. And the last book to talk about is Eleanor Elephants is Completely Fine, and I gave that 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Again, I read it on my Kindle, which I'm glad about because that's been on my TBR for ages, and now I read it finally. But yeah, these are all the books that I read recently. Comment down below what books you read recently. If you guys want me to do these wrap-ups every month, just comment down below because I kind of forgot to do some here and there. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!